Hi guys, in this video we are going to cover 4 very easy questions. So let's give them a read to understand what they say. So we have to find maximum of 2, maximum of 3, minimum of 2 and minimum of 3 in short. So basically max of 2 says we are given 2 numbers A and B and we have to print maximum. Maximum of 3 says we are given 3 numbers and we have to print the maximum among 3. And similar is for minimum of 2 and minimum of 3. And minimum of 2 we have to print the minimum of 2 number A and B, and minimum of 3 we have to print the minimum of 3 number A and B, A, B and C. Okay, let's look at the constraint. The constraint says that A, B and C, all of them are up to 10 raised to 6. Okay, so basically we know the operator less than, greater than, less than, equal to and greater than equal to. So these are basically the operators to check inequalities. We also have not equal to and equal to. And these might differ somewhat in your language that you are implementing, but in the most of the languages, these are the same only, right? So we can simply say that we have to check these conditions only, right? So basically, if for maximum, okay, let's take for two variables first. Right. So for two variables, suppose that we have to find maximum. So we simply have two variables A and B, right? The maximum, if basically A is greater than B, then we have A as the maximum, right? Else means in all the other case, B is the maximum, right? So you see, we only require basic knowledge of if and else to solve this question. Similarly, for minimum of A and B, if A is less than B, then A is the answer, right? Because that is the smaller. Else B is the answer because now that is the smaller. If A is not smaller, then obviously B is the smaller one. All right. So you see, if we have 7 and 24, so A is 7, B is 24. 7 is greater than 24. No, it's not greater than 24. So we are going to come in else case and we are going to print B, right? So that is 24. 24 is greater. And in this case, A is less than B. Yeah, 7 is less than 24. So for this case, the minimum would be 7. So you see, this is how we are going to do in two variables. Now let's see for three variables. So for three variables, we have A, B and C. Okay, so our A could be maximum, B could be maximum, and C could be maximum. So for A to be maximum, basically if A is greater than equal to B and A is greater than equal to C. So that means A is greater than B also and A is greater than C also. Remember, we are putting AND condition here. So both needs to be true, right? So if that both are true, that means our A is the maximum. Okay, now if A is not the maximum, that means either B or C is maximum. Then if B is greater than or equal to A and B is greater than equal to C. So that means if B is greater than A, we can use else if here. Else if B is greater than equal to A and B is greater than equal to C, then we see B is the maximum. Alright. And in all the other cases, that means in else. So if these both are not true, that means A is also not maximum, B is also not maximum. That means obviously C is maximum, right? So in all the other cases, C would be maximum, right? So you see, this is the basic structure for three variables. And now it's time for you to do it for minimum. So pause the video and do the same thing for minimum. So for minimum, you see nothing will change, only these signs will change. From greater than or equal to, these sign would change to less than or equal to, right? Nothing else is going to change. So that is the solution. Now let's look at the code that we are going to actually write. So basically we take input of A, B for two variables, and we take input of A, B and C for three variables. These input statements can change according to the language that you are using, right? So for this, if A is greater than B, we can put equal to also. It does not matter. If A is greater than equal to B, then we have to print A, else print B. So this is for maximum, and for minimum, it should be less than or equal to. If A is less than equal to B, then print A, otherwise print B, right? Now for for input A, B and C for three variables, if A is greater than equal to B and A is greater than equal to C, then print A, right? Else if B is greater than equal to C and B is greater than equal to A, then print B. Right? And in all the other cases, directly print C, right? So you see, these is for the maximum, and for minimum, all these signs are going to be changed to less than or equal to, right? Nothing is going to change except for this sign change. All right. You see, that was the code, and it's as simple as that. So if we get the value like 7, 4 and 14, so you see this is A, this is B, this is C, right? So we are going to check 7 is greater than equal to 4. No, here only it fails. So we are going to come here. We see 4 is greater than equal to 14. No, so here only it fails. And here we get the answer as C, right? So for this case, the maximum would be 14. And for minimum, we are simply going to check if 7 is less than equal to 4. No, it's not true. Okay. Then if 4 is less than equal to 14, yes, it's true. And if 4 is less than equal to 7, yes, it's true. So that means for this, B is the smaller. So smaller would be 4. So you see, maximum is 14, minimum is 4, right? So that was the dry run. Now let's look at the time and space complexity. Since you see, we are only having if-else condition and no arrays or any extra space is required. So that means we have constant time and space complexity solution here. So that gives the time complexity as big O of 1 and space complexity as well as big O of 1, right? So that's it for this question. See you in the next one.